Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and happy anniversary to Naomi and Stephen, who are the pedaling pianist's parents, no less, celebrating their 37th wedding anniversary today, and that's brilliant. And also, he says, their first as grandparents. So he wanted us to pass on love and best wishes from his brother Patrick and his new family, Alana, Todd the cat, the pedaling pianist himself, and baby Orla, who absolutely adores them both. What a fantastic thing. So it's their first as grandparents. It's their 37th in total. What a marvellous anniversary for Naomi and Stephen. And the pedaling pianist has sent us a puzzle to try. Now, I don't know if he's dumbed down from his normal levels so that we can have a go at it on the channel. No, not so that family members could have a go. Maybe they don't need anything dumbed down in that family. That's quite possible. I do know I don't normally get to try the pedaling pianist's puzzles, but today I do, and I'm thrilled about that. It's an intriguing rule set, which themes riffs on the marriage idea. Well, let's do that now. I'll do some advertising at the end of the puzzle, but for now I'm going to go through the rules. Let's just get on with the pedaling pianist's 8x8 puzzle. So, here are the rules of Happy Anniversary Mum and Dad, which has hearts in it, you'll notice, and flowers around the outside, and wedding rings, marvellous, or engagement rings maybe. Anyway, okay, so we've got normal 8x8 Sudoku rules, which means 1 to 8 goes in every row, every column, and every 4x2 box of the grid. This is just an aide-memoire area, we'll come to that. Every digit is married to exactly one other digit. So every digit from 1 to 8 is married to one of the others. And married couples share their values. Oh, that's a great line, because of course married couples do normally share their values. But what it means in this case is that if 3 and 7 were married, then every time we found a 3 in the grid, or a 7, the value of that cell would be 7 plus 3, or 10, because those values are being shared here. Now, because the happy couple are reaching their 37th anniversary on the 26th of the 9th, the values in a cage must sum to either 37, 26, or 9. Digits and or values may repeat in a cage, so there are no repeating constraints within a cage, which is strange. I mean, there are still the ones for rows, columns, and boxes. Now, that's enough about values. Let's talk about a couple of constraints on digits. Digits separated by a heart are consecutive, so those hearts are acting like white dots. And cells separated by a knight's move may not contain the same digit. So I need my little friend Knighty McKnightface, who's wearing the right colour today. He's in red for love. So we can't have the same digits a knight's move apart. And then we can just use these as reference cells. Aide memoirs, I will call them. So that's it. That's all we get. The cages add up to 9, 26, or 37, using those shared values rules I went through. The digits are subject to the knight's move constraint, and there are consecutive digits on the red hearts. That's it. Give it a try. I don't know what to expect here. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. So we have to start with the cages. Right, single cell cage can't have a value of 26 or 37 because the maximum value a single cell can have is 8 plus 7, which is 15. So those 4 single cell cages have a value of 9. I'm not afraid to put a 9 in the corner to symbolize that because there are no 9s in the actual puzzle. It's 1 to 8 today. Now, let's look at the box. A box which is filled with 3 cages. Okay. Normally, we sometimes share with you a secret about the total of every row, column, and box in a Sudoku. Now, that is always different in an 8x8 Sudoku, and normally in an 8x8 Sudoku, I might tell you that every row, column, and box adds up to the same number. We know the number, it's 36. Today, I'm not doing that. because as far as the cages are concerned, I think they add up to twice 36 for each box and row and column. Yeah, they do, because every one of these digits appears, every one of the ordinary digits appears in box 7, and the value that it's representing is disguising another one of the digits. They're all married to one of them, so we're getting two sets of the digits 1 to 8, which add up to 36 in each row and each box. So here we have 3 cages adding up to 72. Take out the 9 and we've got 63, and that is the total of a 37 and a 26. So it's probably the 26 in the shorter one, the 37 in the longer one, but we don't know that. An individual cell can add up to at least 15, so that's not proven. Now we've got the same situation in box 8, where there are again 3 cages. Oh, but we do not have the same situation in row 8. Ah, right. Now we have to think about this cage. Can that be 37? No, because no individual cell can have a value of more than 15. So that has a 26 value. Look, I can write that in the corner. This has a 37 value. Ah, and now, yes, this is how to see this. This does not have a 37 value in the bottom row, because then those cells would add up to 72 already, but there's another cell to go. So this is the 26 cage in box 7, and that 3-cell cage is the 37 cage. Now, we can calculate this cell, because in this row we've got 26, 52, 61. Take that away from 72 and you're left with 11. Now I can't really write 11 into the corner of this cage, so I'm going to make it yellow and say that a yellow cell represents 11. I might as well in that case say that a purple cell represents 9, and I'm going to try and populate the grid with 2 purples, 2 yellows, 2 something else's, and 2 something else's in each row, column and box. Now, look, these are not 4 separate values, because then they would add up to 36. Because what I mean is that these 4 married couples, if you like, are not drawn from the full pool of the 8 spinsters and bachelors, the 8 single people, because then they would add up to 36 in those cells, but that would make the row add up to 62, and it doesn't. It adds up to 72. So there is a repeat in these cells, at least one repeat. And we've got a 9 and an 11. If we repeated a 9 in this cage, the other digit would have to be worth 17, the other cell. That's impossible. The maximum is 15. If we repeated an 11, then we would have a 15, which would be 8 and 7. And that does work, because then the 2 11s would be a 6-5 and a 5-6 effectively. Okay, so that's one way, but the other way is if this digit was a repeat, in which case 9 and 11 is 20. Take it away from 46, which is 72 minus that, and you get 26. Oh, well, sorry, this cage total has 26. So if the repeat is in here repeated, it's 13. Now, is there a way to know? Well, we've got a 3-cell 37 cage. If we were using 15s, we could use a 15 and 2 11s. That's probably what it is. No, hang on. There's a problem with that. Right, here's the problem. If this was an 11 and a 15 in this cage, then 3 of the married couples would add up to 15, 11 and 3. No, 15, 11 and 9. That's 35. But the total of the married couples is 36. The 4th married couple, wherever it appears, would only add up to 1, and that's impossible. So there isn't a repeat of the 15, there isn't a 15 and a repeat of the 11. There is a double 13 in here. So I'm going to make that green because green rhymes with 13. That's a stupid reason, but I'm still doing it. Now there are 2 greens in here, and green is worth 13. So there are 2 greens and a yellow in that 37 cage. Yeah, now the other cage is a 3, I think. If we use a 13, an 11 and a 9 as 3 of the married couples, that's 33, and 36 minus 33 leaves 3. So in this grid, there are lots of cells that are a 1 and a 2 added together. So they are a married couple. We can fill in 2 and 1. Let's give them a colour. They're all red. Red for love. Because number 1 and 2 are Naomi and Stephen today. They're the top 2. Right, what are these 3 cell cages? I'll tell you something, they're not. They don't have an even total, because every married couple in this puzzle is odd or has shared values that are odd. That's brilliant. I suppose every married couple does. Anyway, every married couple is odd because they're all 9, 11, 15 or 3. And therefore, this can't have an even total. It can't be 9 because you'd have to have 3 3s in, and there's only 2 in any box. So that has a 37 total, which is enormous, but it worked here. That has a 37 total. That one has a 37 total. This one doesn't have a 37 total because it's got 6 cells, and it's therefore 6 odd cells added together gives an even total, and that is a 26 cage. Well, okay, first of all, the 37s, I think they're always 2 greens and a yellow. I mean, that's maximum, basically. They are. They're always 2 greens and a yellow. The 26 cage, though, what on earth? This has got to have reds in. This has got to have 3s in. So you can only have 2 reds in a row. So this is at least 2 reds and a purple, which adds up to 15. This is at least 2 reds, which takes us to 21. This is at least a red, that's 24. We've got to add 2 to that. So it's not 5 reds and a purple, it's 5 reds and a yellow 11. I feel like the yellow 11 has to be here, because I can visualize reds forming that pattern. Oh yeah, I mean, that is actually proved. There's 1 yellow in the cage. It's got to be in that run of 3 because otherwise they'd all be red. It's got to be in that run of 3 because otherwise they'd all be red. The overlap place is there. That's yellow. These are all red. I don't really need the total there anymore because once I make the yellow an 11 and the red's 3s, it will add up correctly. Now, these others, these greens and yellows, it's 2 green and a yellow to every one of these 3 cellars. Now, yeah, okay, that's very straightforward when I finally think about it for rows 5 and 6. Row 6 is going to have 2 greens maximum, so it's got 2 greens and 2 yellows there, and therefore these others are both green. I think we are getting to the point, and I feared this, where I'm going to have to colour the cells against each other. Now, I don't want to be flashing to do that. I could use letters. Oh yes, look, yes, I'm going to. So let's get rid of these 37 and all of the corner marks. I just don't think they're necessary anymore, as long as we remember that these 3 cell cages have 2 greens and a yellow. Now, where does that green go in this cage, which has both greens in it? It doesn't go there or there by knight's move, so it definitely goes here. So that's definitely green. Right, now I need some, it's definitely the same digit as that, so I need some letters. Let's get letters out. And let's, ooh, this has shrunk. Oh, that's very strange. I'm not happy about that. Why have I shrunk the... Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. Didn't know. I don't know why that shrunk the grid. Anyway, we're back up to full size. Little thing in Sudoku pad there. Now, I was going to put A's in those cells. That's this green value. That one is B. Because, right, that's good. That one is B because it's in the same row as A in row 5. These two both see that B on the knight's move. So that B in this cage, which has to have both greens in it, is here. That looks down here and makes that one A. That makes this one B. The 4th B is in one of those cells, in columns 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, maybe I'm going to have to colour the other colours against each other. Maybe let's use a different... I want to use different colours, really. I don't know. Let's do A's and B's. So let's do C and D for the purples or the yellows. Let's do the yellows first of all. Well, let's use E and F. These are the... A and B are the digits in the 13 cage, which is the biggest. In fact, I'm just going to do... Oh, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a little aid memoiring here, just so I can remember this stuff. Purple is 9. Yellow is 11 as a total, this is obviously, and green is 13. So A and B are the big boys. They're either 6, 7 or 8, 5. They add up to 13. This is part of an 11 cage, and let's call it C. Let's call it C because C in this box is the yellow in one of those two. So one of those is a C. Also, that C sees both of these cells, so they include a D, and there's a, well, I'm going to have to pencil mark this. There's a C in one of those, there's a C in one of those, there's a D in one of those. Now that doesn't stretch up to these. Never mind. Oh, A is looking at that cell, obviously. That's not green. So this one here is A. They're a sort of deadly pattern, probably to be resolved by knight's moves. Oh, that's, yeah, okay, that's fine. That's working okay. So, don't know about this one. Ah, we need, oh no, I don't know that that's the same. Is that the same? That is the same as that. So let's get into purple, which are E and F, and we'll call those two E. Purple is worth 9. Let's get rid of those now. Yes, this is E as well because it's the only place that we can find a 9 in box 5. So that's E as well. Now there's an E in one of those two cells and they will see that cell. So that's an F. Good. Now F can't be in any of those cells and that's an F in box 6. So this colouring is working a bit. Now F in box 5 is there. One of these two is E. F is not in those, so one of those two is F. Now, we haven't done G and H, which are 1 and 2, but they're pretty obvious. Let's start here. G, H, G, H, G. We need an H in box 6 in one of those. Oh, what's this? This is the last one. No, this is C and B. B is green, and that is C and B as well. Okay, good. Now this is D, which is yellow. Because it fills box 5. I don't really have to worry about the cage totals anymore. That's quite strange. Now I've got this. This is the last thing in row 6, so that's a C. And C's colour is yellow. So we've got the 2 yellows and the 2 greens. We need a red and a purple in these two. I'm going to do that with them. Now we need to extend this a bit. Ah, look at this. This is lovely. Where does E go in box 3? That E sees all of those cells. That one sees those two. So we get E in box 3. That's all of these, both greens remaining in row 4. Those include B, and they're both looking at that. So this is A. That's B. On the knight's move, that sees that, so that becomes C. Those are stopped from being C. That's stopped from being B. The 2 C's are yellow, and the 2 B's are green. Okay, the colouring is working beautifully now. Just those left to resolve in the colours I've done so far. Now, let's keep colouring that. Don't know. It's not ruled out from being C. That, don't know. Okay, I need to spot something lovely like E. Right, where's F in one of those 3? Where's E? Here. There it is in box 4. And this is the last one. It's yellow. Ah, but I don't know which. F, F. One of those is F. E, E. Ooh, one of those 2 is E. Oh, we've got a 4th B in one of those 2. Okay, I'm going to just mark in, oh no, E was not in those 2. E is in one of these 2. And these are E and, those are D and A. These are E and H. Come on, we must be able to do a bit more here. That sees both purple. Yeah, this is good. This sees both purple in the column, both green in the row, and it sees C and D separately. So that is red. This sees both green in the column. It doesn't see D. No, it doesn't. It does see both purple. It sees both that E and F. But it could be red, or it could be yellow D. Ah, this is still... oh, we need another E. Right, I know where E is in this column, because that one sees E on the knight's move. That's going to sort out all my E's. That can't be E. So, these 3 are all purple E's now. That's a red H. Is that getting anything done? It keeps H out of those 2. This one sees both reds, both greens, not necessarily D, not necessarily F. Oh, that's strange. Okay, so what was I doing? I got this from E's. Now we've still got a B in one of those. A is in... ooh, that A sees both of those cells. So A is in one of those 2. I'm going to mark that. And A in column 1 is in one of those 2. Oh, but that A sees this. So that's not A. There we go. That's going to sort out those two ones I was just doing. Stops that being an A, which will stop that being an A. And now A is green. So that's green, that's green, that's green. This is good. D is yellow. Just trying to be as careful as I can with these. I'm liking this colour system and this marking up system. Now, in this column, we need a purple F and a red H. Don't know. In this column, we need a red of some sort and a yellow C. Are these yellows really not determined yet? D has to be there or there in box thingy. It's odd that these yellows aren't resolved. I kind of feel they ought to be. Now, here we had a purple F and a red H. What about here? I haven't looked at this. We've got a G, which is red to put in, and a D, which is yellow. I don't know. Maybe we have enough information on the hearts to disambiguate already. I doubt it. I'm really not going there. Okay. D, F, G, H here. So F, am I going to pencil mark these? I don't want to. Okay, I'm going to. F's in one of those because of those F's. G's in one of those because of those G's. H, that one, H sees those two, so H is in one of those. And the other one is D, which sees those two, so that puts D in one of those. That is an annoying chocolate teapot pattern. Okay, if this is C, that's C, that's C, that's C. If this is D, that's D. I don't know. That's not getting anything done. We've got that E. Maybe F. F in purple. Maybe I haven't done enough with F. We know it's one of those, and it's there, and there, and there. And one of those three. That's no use. Okay, this sees both red, both green. This is either F or D. Man, I don't know. This is C or D, that's C or D. I mean, they're just the yellow letters, so they are correct. Now, how do I unstick this? I've done my E's. Maybe I should have used different colours. I mean, I could do that now apart from in yellow. Yeah, all right, let's make the F's a slightly... Oh, I don't know. Is that going to confuse me further? Probably is. Let's stick with the colour scheme. Let's just figure this out. I'm sure there's more I can do. What I am wondering about is how we're ever going to disambiguate, for instance, 1 and 2. And I think one of them is going to be on a heart to do that, not both. But that's a kind of uniqueness argument that I'm not prepared to use. Oh, B, B, B. We can put a B in here. That's big. That makes both of these B's and greens. Not beans and greens. That's all the B's done. Now, this column then, or this one. No, let's do this one. We've got another yellow to put in somewhere. And a red. Right, that, no, not a red. Another purple, the F purple. So these are, it's not resolved. can I use the fact that A and B are either 6, 7 or 5, 8 to add up to 13? And the hearts. I don't think so. I don't see how I'm using that there. Oh, bother. Right, what can I actually do? This can't be in either of those. What have we got? F and H up here. I can't believe. So I've now finished off all the A's and B's in the puzzle. I know where they all are. Doesn't help do anything. Now this pair are red and yellow. In this column, I've got yellow and purple F to place. Why? Oh, F is now in one of those two. That's interesting. They both see that cell, so that's not F. F is also not there. F's in one of those in box 1. That's more cells than I'd have liked to mark, but I hadn't noticed this yet. So F's in one of those 3. So if that was F, that would be F and that would be F. What does F represent? F is in a total of 9. It's either part of a 5-4 or a 3-6 pair. A and B are either 6, 7 or 5, 8. I can't see how that's helping. Red. Right. One of the reds is definitely on a heart. Maybe both, but one of them is. If they were on a heart, if they were both on hearts, they'd have to be on the same one. Because one would be on a heart and it would have to be on a heart with 2. And therefore 2 is always on a heart, and this is not a 2. 2 is always on a heart, but it could be on with 1 or it could be on with 3. Now, I've said either one red is on a heart or both reds are on hearts. That's true. If this is red, it's a 1. Okay, that hasn't got it done. Oh, C in box 1. Look at those two C's looking at box 1. That's a C. There we go. Now, C's in one of those two. No, column 1. That is red. I don't know whether it's G or H. I don't know if it matters that I don't know. That's a GH pair. C, though. One of those is C. C in column 1, in row 1, I mean, is right here in the corner. That's going to sort out the C's and D's. That makes this a D. That makes this a C. It makes this a C as well. Got all the C's done suddenly. We've got D, D. Where are we looking for D's? Everywhere, I suppose. But let's again see. Now, now we're not. What I said about reds holds true. We can't put them both on hearts because 1 would be on a heart and 2 would be on the same heart. That can't happen on any of these hearts. Therefore, this is red, and moreover, it's 1 because if only one of them's on a heart, it's 2. This is not F, surely, because F is not red. This is a 1. That's my first digit in the grid after half an hour of plugging away at this. And that means this is a 2, but I didn't know what flavour of G or H it was. Now, 2 is on a heart. That 2 says not there. So one of these two is a 2. F's in one of those cells. Maybe let's do the F business. One of these is an F. But, oh no, I don't know which of those is an F to rule it out by the knight's move. Okay, come on. 2 and 3 are up here. Now, green is not 3. So 2 is not there. Oh, well, that's exactly where I knew it wasn't by knight's move. Bother. Come on, Mark. Come on, we're nearly there now. The funny thing is, once we figure out basically one other number, I think the whole grid's going to fill in. We've got D and F to place in this column. Now, have we not F? That can't be F. And it can't be G or H, because they're, oh no, it could be. It could be 1 or 2, and I still don't know which of 1 or 2 is G or H. I do know that 1 is in one of those cells. That's weird. That 2 is in one of those cells. That's also pretty strange, but I do know it. That 1 is in one of those cells. Ah, this isn't finishing. It's so cruel. It's so cruel. Come on, we're nearly there now. 1 is in one of those cells. Red, no, I got this through C's. Now, D, that's not D. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. D is in one of those cells, and that can't be D. This is now a DF pair. They do not include 2. So 2 is there. This is a DF pair. Oh, what happened there? DF, right. This is a 3 to be joined by the heart. And that is E. So everywhere I find E, I can make it a 3, just like that. Straight in. And 3 is part of a 9 pair. So 3's best friend is 6. 3's partner in life, 3's married partner is 6. So they're purple. So now I can go to these F's. Oh. Well, where I know there's an F, I can put in a 6. Now I know that the 13 pair is 8 and 5. And they are A and B in some order. We'll figure that out in a moment. And I know that 7 and 4 are yellow and add up to 11. That's right. And surely this is 4 or 7 touching D or F. But this is 5 or 8, and that's 5 or 8. D and F are 4 or 7 for D. What's F? I filled F in. What did we have? G, H, F. F is 3 or 6, isn't it? One of these is a 6. Either of those can touch one of these, but the other one, I don't know. Now I'm confused again. I thought we were nearly done. Oh, I'm so stupid. This is just totally doable now, and I can't remember how, but it's up in box 1 where we're going to do it. Oh, if that was a 5, this is all broken because you can't get 2 odd numbers for those pairs. So B is an 8, that'll do. Right, B is an 8. We highlight all the B's. There they are. They're all 8s. They go with 5s, so A is a 5. Yep, there they are. In they go. Now we can do... Can we? Don't know. Oh, we can... I don't know, I thought it was obvious what we would do next, and here I am not knowing what that is. Okay, it's got to be on the hearts. D and F. D is 4 or 7, because it's yellow. Well, that can't go here. So that's D. This one is F. And F is, what colour was F? F was 3 or 6, wasn't it? Wasn't E 3? You see, now I've written over them. Yeah, that's right. That's, yes, F is 6. So that's a 6. In fact, let's highlight all of them. Oh, I haven't got many Fs. No, in fact, I've done them before. But F is 6, so that means C is 7 now. There we go. C is 7. In they go. D is 4. Don't know about those, but I know about everything else. D is 4. Now I can just fill it in by Sudoku, hopefully. 1, 6, 2, not there, 4, that was a 5. Now we've got 1, 4, 6 here. That's a 1. Don't know about the other two. 1 and 2 here, but down this column, that's a 1. That's 4, because it has to be. That's 2, that's 6. Down here, that's 2. By the knight's move, that's not 6. I'm going to get rid of the colouring now, because my goodness, it's done its job. Did it hard. Right, 4 went with 7. We did learn that. 7 went with 4. 5 went with 8. 8 went with 5. This is... That is a 1 because it's on a king's move from the 2. So those G's are 1s, the H's are 2s. And up here I've got a 6 and a 4. And that is happy anniversary. Happy 37th. Wow. Congratulations, it says. And thank you for your long and successful marriage, which provided the foundations for a stable and happy family. Relationships are not without their challenges, but my hope is that this puzzle made those challenges seem pretty tame by comparison. Happy anniversary. Kiss, kiss. Well done. Well done, the peddling pianist. You have pedalled your way to another successful puzzle. That is very clever, actually. I suspect I was not very bright in tackling that. Don't know. Let me know what you thought. I'm not scared. But, I am really. But we are done, and happy anniversary. And, oh yes, now a chance to mention that on Patreon, coming up on the 1st of October, is the Paint by Numbers Institute's Halloween-themed Japanese Sum Spectacular. You will love it. Give it a try when it comes out. Join us on Patreon. There's all sorts of crosswords and connections. You can get our Killer Sudoku app and many other apps that we have. Do try those, and also Domino Sudoku. I suppose that's relevant today. They're all on the links under the video, along with our merchandise and Sven's wonderful Sudoku pad. So thank you very much for watching as always, and hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.